think the benefits of using Virtual Wisdom is that it gives you a full audit of your SAN. You can see exactly where HBAs are being overloaded or if they're being underutilised. You're able to see if you've got the correct fan-out ratio for your virtual machines, whether you can afford to actually increase the fan-out ratio of them so you don't need to buy more servers, more physical servers. It shows you the utilisation figure, I think, is the key to see. I think most SANs are between 1 and 5% utilised. Customers don't realise that, so they're told by the vendors to buy more storage, buy more disk, buy more hardware, and actually they don't need to do that. They can actually look and see what they've got currently and then make the best of what they've already got, so they don't have to go out and buy more. I think when Hitachi first came onto the market with virtualization, it was a life changer for a lot of the companies I worked for, because they didn't have to buy more disk. They could just use the disk that they already had there that was sat there dormant. So instead of you allocating 10 gig to a server and it's only using 1 gig, you could actually use that other 9 gig elsewhere. And I think that now Virtual Wisdom is taking it to the next level, saying not only have you got virtualization in the SAN, but you can see the utilisation, and the key statistics there is the I/O. How much is that storage being accessed? How fast is it being accessed? It's not just a case of using the space that you've got, it's now being intelligent about it. Some of Hitachi's larger customers in the UK have multi-vendor SANs, so again we've got another challenge there with the EMC, HP, IBM SANs working alongside Hitachi SAN. Now, you can virtualize your storage through a USPV, so you can actually see the other vendors' storage devices and manage it that way to do basic LUN provisioning, decommissioning, replication. Not all customers like to do that, so they end up with a view from EMC, a view from IBM, a view from Hitachi. Virtual Wisdom gives you the ability to look at the whole SAN regardless of vendor, so you can get a full view across the board. You can look at the utilisation across all the Hitachi, EMC, IBM SAN, and you can make decisions from there. You can look to see which ones are not being utilised. You can move them onto a different tier of storage. You can see where you're getting bottlenecks, and also whether you can improve your virtual machine estate as well, regardless of which storage vendor. I'd been taken around by one of the data center guys there, and I'd seen the structured cabling with the SAN taps, which is something I'd never seen before. I'd heard of a tap in a network environment, but never in a SAN. So these guys seem to be the first people doing it in the UK, and I was quite impressed with the way that it was able to be a passive passive tap on the fibre channel environment to gather a multitude of stats without affecting performance. And I think that was the key, to have something in the environment that you could measure without affecting performance. Now, when I spoke to Virtual Instruments, I was impressed at the fact that their product was, first, it was cross-vendor, and secondly, it gives you a full picture of the SAN, and no other product does that. As SANs are growing and more, the SAN team grows, the storage grows, they get more arrays in. Some are older arrays, some are newer arrays. You look at firmware levels could be affecting performance, disk speeds, the way RAID groups are actually configured. Again, Virtual Wisdom gives you the view of everything across the estate. You can see if there are candidates for tiering, that you can move up and down tiers, and again using the vendor software to actually move them up and down tiers, and then you can constantly monitor it, get real-time monitoring without the use of an agent. It's ideal.